Hi, everybody. So I'm here with my sister Amy, and it's just about fall time. And fall time is my favorite beer time. I think I said that in the last video. And that means pumpkin beers. So we're going to be getting basic white girl trashed on pumpkin beers. And I have a lot of them.
That's why I'm here to help.
That's why I got some help. So we're just going to try a couple. Some of them are local. Some of them are a little more widely distributed. And see which ones we like and which ones top the lists.
It's also useful because my tastes run a little bit different than Maddie's do, so hopefully we'll get some differing opinions.
All right. So this first one is Pumpkin from Southern Tier. And I think they're up in New York.
It's very pumpkin-y.
It's very pumpkin-y, and it's not my favorite. And I don't know why. I don't think it's artificial, but there's like a weird artificial kind of taste to it.
Yeah.
But it's not. And I think this one does a lot more with the pumpkin than with the other spices, which are kind of
Yeah, it sort of reminds me of like
fun.
that like store-bought pumpkin pie filling you can get.
Oh yeah, or like we have a hookah we smoke from.
Oh,
There's a Starbuzz makes a pumpkin pie shisha. It tastes a lot like that.
100%.
All right. Next, this is from Aleworks up in Williamsburg. This is their pumpkin. It's just labeled pumpkin. I remember this one being fairly decent. Hey, you see what I mean? This one's a little more heavier on like the pumpkin spices.
Yeah.
And I don't actually know if I think there is pumpkin in here. But it even compares it to pumpkin pie on the bottle. Whereas I think Southern Tier doesn't. Oh, it does. It says pumpkin pie in a glass. But this one's a lot closer to like a more seasoned pumpkin pie.
Yeah, more of a white girl pumpkin latte kind of thing.
Which again is because I'm pretty sure pumpkin lattes do not actually contain pumpkin, just pumpkin spice.
Yes.
Pumpkin and pumpkin spice are two very different things.
Supposedly.
I mean, they are. It's not really a...
No, supposedly. You have to cover your tracks.
This might have been a mistake. We got cast forming all around us. So this is from Shafley from St. Louis. And again, this is just their pumpkin ale. Oh. Oh no, just giant kitty.
That's...
I get a bit more towards the spices, but like that Aleworks one, like the cinnamon really came through. Not... This one, I think it's balanced a little more between the pumpkin and the spices. So actually,
Yeah.
not bad. They've done some good stuff. I've really liked what they've done. They have a coconut cream pie ale out there. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely, this is the most balanced one so far.
So next up is from Dogfish Head up in Delaware?
New Hampshire?
Delaware. Dogfish Head up in Delaware. This is their pumpkin ale, and this is actually one of my favorite. And I think it's because it's a brown ale, which I really like. I like the more malty brown ales. But they change the artwork every year. So like the Pumpkin and the Shafleys, every year you'll see kind of the same bottles, but Pumpkin Ale from Dogfish, they kind of switch it up every year. And I think actually I have like a collection of some of their different bottles.
This one definitely has more going on too.
Yeah, well, I think this is kind of a more robust.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as sweet, but it definitely, like, you kind of let it linger in your mouth a little bit. You start to get some of the like spices and a little bit of the kind of squashy pumpkin taste. So good.
Yeah.
All right, so next from Abita, we're going to try something actually a little different. I picked up a few other things you can do in place of pumpkin for fall beers. So from Abita, this is their Pecan Ale. Go nuts. Brewed with Louisiana pecans, or pecans. I believe I went on the pecan rant.
It's pronounced
When
pecans.
Pecans?
Oh,
Yeah.
You would think like, oh, it's made with pecans. Like, okay, what a big deal. But it tastes like pecans.
Yeah, like it's, I don't know, I thought there'd be a little more seasoning in there. Similar to the pecan pie one, or they put some like cinnamon or something in there, but no, it's pretty, it tastes like beer up front, and then you get that kind of nutty pecan flavor towards the end. So yeah, that's good on for like a nice crisp fall day.
Yeah.
If you see that one out there, go for that. All right, so finally, and I put the can away before I got all the information. This is from Austin East Ciders, and I'm having a hard time reading the can, but I'm going to imagine this is from Austin, Texas. I could be wrong. This is their spiced cider, so it's cider with cinnamon, nutmeg, all those pumpkin spices we were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a spiced apple.
Yeah. It's a very sort of generic-y fall type drink.
Yeah. Now, I will say, maybe this is just me. I don't know if other people get this. There's sort of a dryness to it. I get from a lot of ciders, almost similar to like tannins from grapes in wine. And I don't know. It just kind of it takes me out of that moment with ciders. But I mean, it's not bad.
I don't think I mind it as much though. Compared to like a more standard. Oh god, I can't think of the names of any of like the big ones, but
The like Woodchuck or Angry Orchard.
I feel like Woodchuck and Angry Orchard tend to have a much stronger, straight up front shift when you hit some of the really like appley effects. This is a lot smoother.
Yeah, and I know a lot of them do like a cinnamon apple in the fall, and this is a little more subtle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite as, it doesn't like punch you in the face with cinnamon. All right, finally is something I think I actually covered on one of my videos before. It's from Blue Ridge in somewhere. I think it's from somewhere here in Virginia.
Probably.
Anyways, but this is their Spooky,
Oh.
which is a ale brewed with pumpkins and cacao nibs, and then aged in bourbon barrels. So it's there's kind of a lot to unpack there. You kind of get that nice, robust, squashy flavor. You get some sweetness and a little bitterness from the cacao nibs. And then that bourbon barrel aging just smoothing everything right out.
Ooh. I will also say the bottle, not false advertising, the hint of ghost they put in there does taste. It helps kind of even the whole thing out a little bit.
I think I even said in the last time I did this, like, this is like just a pure Halloween. You got the black, orange, and white label with the ghosts and the pumpkins. Definitely a recommendation for if you're looking for like a Halloween type beer.
Yeah, very specifically.
Yeah.
It fits the mood.
All right. So now here's my question: is what would you rank the best one we had today, if you can remember back? I know they kind of
Oh jeez.
start blending together. Hi, cat.
Oh, the cat.
Oh, there's caps everywhere.
I think probably the third one we did that was more sort of a blend.
The Shafley.
Yes.
Yeah, that was because it was. No, I can't remember. It was the Punking, and then the L Works, and then the Shafley
Okay, yeah.
was the third one. Yeah.
Shafley was very good. This, very clearly also good. It comes in one of the cooler, open, gigantic bottles, so that sort of helps.
And I occasionally, especially when I was doing my point system, I took marks off with some of the big bottles, because those they can feel like a chore to get through. Especially if you don't have somebody that's helping you out with them.
Yeah.
So if it's a very rich beer like this one is, you could be working on that for a while.
And it's sort of in its own different category, but I'm also just kind of a slut for ciders in general, so.
But I think I agree. I like the Shafleys because it did have a nice balance of actual pumpkin flavor and the spices. The Dogfish Head is good, but that's a little more robust.
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm looking for a pumpkin pie style one, I think the Shafleys was better. But that pecan one, like I said, that's just a good all fall beer.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot more things with pecan coming out, so there'll probably be a good number of those coming out.
Round about Thanksgiving, that'll be a nice thing to have.
Yeah. The cider, like I said, wasn't bad. Just personally for me, the cider just gets dry and it kind of ruins the whole thing. And of course, the spooky is just, so good. And it'll mess you up. I think it's like 8.2, so it's a little higher, but it's not like the 10% you get with like barrel aged stout beers.
It's not that 15% you got that one time.
Which one was that?
Oh God, I don't even remember. Or maybe it was like 12%. I don't know.
I think it was 12%.
It was
it was one of the Evil Twin Bruins. Yeah, it was one where I was drunkenly singing the Game of Thrones theme song.
Yes.
So, all right. Thank you guys for watching this. Thank you, Amy, for popping in and doing this.
No problem.
Amy has a YouTube channel. If you're into, how would you describe it?
It's mostly a gaming channel. Right now I'm doing a lot of I'm kind of still mixing up with what I'm doing. Mostly Let's Plays, mostly a lot of visual novels and stuff like that. And I have one theory video, so if you're interested, it's just Amy Allen, I think is what I'm under now, because I linked it to my Gmail account, which may have not been the smartest thing to do, but meh.
Technology's hard.
It's really hard.
Ah,
I'm gonna drink more.
there you go. There's also a lot of Oktoberfest beers out, so I might do something similar. Oktoberfest beers are a little difficult, though, because they all taste very, very, very similar.
They kind of blend together.
I don't know. It might be fun just to try them out and see how much difference there is between them. So until then, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and have a safe and happy fall.
Happy fall.
And I have not eaten the cat yet, so
Someday, though. It's coming.
she looks real worried. This is gonna be my little post-credit deal, because I'm a terrible human being, and I got all these different beers,
Okay.
all with real distinct, unique flavors.
So putting together, theoretically,
we're
is
just
the best
gonna-
beer ever.
We're just gonna throw these all together real quick.
Okay.
It's gonna be this pumpkin-y, nutty.
I'm gonna finish off that cider.
Yeah, you do that. Pumpkin-y, nutty, spicy, concoction. I'm not gonna put the spooky in there because I want to finish that one.
That's fair.
Wait a minute. Okay. You gotta make room. I'll be damned if that doesn't taste like a bunch of random beers I threw together.